Hey guys, welcome to today's show. So today's show, I want to go over, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Actually, I want to go over the recent Ethereum setup that I posted the other day. First of all, what I actually want to do, I should go over our currently open positions on on the exchange. So let's go into my copy trading on Unix and see what we have happening here. So one thing to note, the Intel long setup was unfortunately stopped out on New York Market Open. So that one was probably a first loss in a week. But other than that, our positions are doing pretty well. We have this average short. Actually, I should close this because it's back to break even. Uh, Short on stacks, which has already. But this one has done really well, up 176%. Near short, and this one I've been holding this one for a while. It's just the problem with this one is. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, the issue with this one, it's kind of just kind of chopping around and not really going anywhere. But then the Jupiter short is doing quite well. We got the Rune short doing good as well. Uni short, I think it's time to get out of this soon. Now we got the Palladium long, which no Palladium. Yeah, I think Palladium. This is an interesting trade. Let's like look at my copy trading percentages for the past. So over the past 30 days, up 5.46%. Past 90 days, 10%, which is pretty good. And then let's see what else we got. Past 7-day performance, about 5% loss. So overall, my copy trading has been going quite well. So for those who want to, for those who want to copy me, just all you have to do is go to. I'll show you guys how to do this. Go to futures copy trading and just type in my name, Boris here, and you should find me. So, and then yeah, you can basically view all of my statistics and basically see what I'm seeing right here. So, yeah, moving on from that, let's actually go into Bitcoin here. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin here. Actually, let's zoom in on the. But first of all, let's go on the weekly time frame. Just the key thing here is Bitcoin and its battle against the 200-day simple moving average. So yeah, what we have going on Bitcoin and the 200-week SMA is essentially it's just basically just chopping around the 200-week simple moving average, and not really giving bulls or bears the movement that they want to see, right? So this white line right here, this is the 200-week simple moving average, and as you guys can see, we are just chopping around this thing. Now, this is key. So as long as Bitcoin is above 64,224, I would remain more or less bullish on it. But again, it's been like chopping around. So we really just have to watch, I suppose, the 62K level now. That has been the low over the past, let's see, going back to mid-July. So I really think 62K, that's a good level that Bitcoin should hold here. Now let's advance the daily time frame here. Now something interesting is happening on Bitcoin daily time frame. So on the daily, we are actually trying to break over the 55 EMA. The only problem here is we just don't have enough volume here. It's not enough volume here to go long on Bitcoin for now. So at least not for a swing trade, but for I suppose for just for full disclosure, I did buy Bitcoin around $63,000. I do believe actually I think Kyron had an average buy price in the like low 60,000 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin as long as it can remain above the 55. So not the 55, the 200 weekly simple moving average, and again, that's coming in at around 63,000, 64,200. That's where it's coming in at. Okay. Let's go into, so what I want to get into is first of all, let's get into Palladium. I want to cover, not just crypto, but precious metals and TradFi, basically all the tokenized assets we can now trade, because crypto's kind of boring. Palladium long, guys, I might have to exit this one. This was based on it pulling back to 55 EMA, and now it's basically falling below. So this kind of invalidates the setup. So if it does close like this in the next 4 hours and 20 minutes, that's how much time we left. That's how much time we have left until the daily close. I would have to close this position out for a small loss, but it's still pretty far away from hitting our stop loss here. Let's see what other. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the Ethereum long that we put on yesterday. So yeah, ETH long daily time frame. So essentially, my reasoning for this setup was two things. Let me just pull up another indicator here. So essentially what I'm looking at on Ethereum is we have this bullish pennant, right? And I do think we're very close to breaking out of this bullish pennant. And, one reason why I think this is, if we look at this BBWP indicator, this is showing that we're at low levels of volatility, right? So whenever this indicator flashes blue, that does tend to precede big moves on Ethereum. So for example, last time this indicator was flashing blue was in May, and we had a few warning signs, and then we finally had this dump to the downside, and this was about let's measure this out. This was about 27% move. Yeah. So last time, this likely was in May, so that was about 3 months ago. And once again, we're getting the same blue warning sign on the BWP. Now, you guys can back at this yourselves. Like last time, and the previous time this indicator flashed blue was in January. So really, it only had we only had two warning signs on this indicator so far this year. And when this happened in January, this led to it's not a big move, but actually we had an initial move to the upside, then it went down. So again, this indicator doesn't dictate direction. It only tells us that a big move is potentially incoming. And then the previous time before that was in September of 2025. And when this happened, Ethereum fell by, let's see, so flash blue in September, and then we had a nice move down of, let's calculate this. Yeah, we got moved down 15%. So actually, that was a pretty significant move on ETH. But yeah, right now, what I'm expecting is for this to break out to the upside. I think the breakout is imminent any day now. I think even today, Ethereum tried breaking out of this pennant. They retested the pennant and now is actually trading above it. So let's see what happens in this one. I do have um, a pretty solid level of confidence on the setup. So let's just wait and see if Ethereum can break out. And my targets, let me show you guys my targets. 1 second. Yeah, targets are going to be 1957, then 2000 even, right? So again, I psychological zone, and then 2043 if we manage to break out of this bullish pennant here. So definitely something that I'm watching out for. And then, oh yeah, what else do I want to cover? Yeah, let's go over equities. So we had actually a gap down in the S&P 500. Let me get rid of this indicator. Yeah, so I had like a gap down on New York Open. I forgot if this was due to any news, or it's just like an organic move down. But in any case, yeah, SPY gap down. Similar story on the QQQ, which is the Nasdaq ETF. Let's take a quick look. Okay. Yeah, so QQQ, Nasdaq, is actually having a more significant move down of about 1.65%. So yeah, interesting to see that equity markets are moving down quite significantly, but crypto is kind of hanging in there. Like you would have expected crypto to have a bigger move to the downside, but Bitcoin and Ethereum are holding pretty steady here, given the overall circumstances. I just want to get out of a few trades here. Yeah, I want to take some more profit on the Rune shorts. Taking some more profit on the STX short. By the way, these are signals I've in the signals group. So I hope you guys have been able to capture those moves. Let's actually take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin ETF flows. Just share this tab really quick. Wow, so actually yesterday we had a nice inflow of 300 million, which is pretty decent for Bitcoin. And then all of last week was basically in the red, except for this Tuesday. But so far this week we're doing quite well. Yeah, like nice inflows, especially on IBIT. So yeah, let's see if this continues to move up. Okay. And from here, I want to get into some more on-chain metrics. Yeah, let's see. Interestingly enough, guys, the fear and greed index is still at a 40 read, which indicates still some fear in the market, obviously. Yeah, we're almost near neutral territory, but still in the fear zone. Which to me it doesn't really tell me much. Like this indicator is only useful when there's extreme fear or extreme greed, and we're at a 40 read. It's pretty much It's pretty much neutral to me as far as I'm concerned. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now let's look at. Should get into the heat maps here. See what we have. So let's just happening for liquidity here. Okay, so liquidation heat maps. We've got a bucket of liquidity sitting at around 65,414 to the upside. So I think if we break above 65,414, we will have a move up towards the upside here. Now, on the other hand, we do have a pocket of liquidity to the downside at around 64, and then 63.5. So it looks like we did have some fresh longs open up around the 64K level, and so far, bulls are defending this level. So basically, from the liquidation heat maps, I would say levels to watch 64.2 to the downside and 65.5 to the upside here. So yeah, if we get a move about around or above above 65.3, we might see a bit of a short squeeze. Yeah, basically if we get above this order block. So let's watch this level carefully, and then to the downside, watch the 64.3 level to 63.6 level. If we go below there, I think we might have some further downside as well. Let's actually get into the daily scan now and see if there's any setups brewing. So it's going to go over the top 100 here. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening with Gallo, but this is not a good move. Yeah, again, I need to see hit stop loss on this one, unfortunately. But we'll just move on to the next trade. I mean, we did well on the SpaceX short, so not SpaceX long the other week, so can't win every time. Yeah, it looks like precious metals are taking a hit. I mean, silver is down, platinum is down, palladium is down. Let's see what else. Yeah, Brett is breaking down here. Sui's having moved to the downside. So actually, Ethereum and Bitcoin are holding up quite well. It's just the altcoins that are not doing so well here. Let's see if there's any shorts on the table. See, OP is kind of breaking structure here. And this is our list here. Okay. Stacks breaking down. Ethereum Classic still in a downtrend. Yeah, Zao having a big move. I wonder if there's any news. Why are we falling so hard right now? Yes, there might be some, I suppose, geopolitical news here. There does seem to be some war escalation. I mean, oh wow. I mean, there's war escalation in Iran, also in Russia. Apparently, 600 plus Ukrainian drones. Wow. Yeah, let's look at this. Some from Zero Hedge. Trump, Trump, Trump drops map of Hormuz as U.S. territory amid no talks. The country opened operating. UAE is under missile alerts again. So summary no talks. Trump confirms U.S.-Iran negotiations are off. Hormuz attached. Houthis escalate. Of course, Qatar says not mediating until Oman Hormuz deal finalized. And that's Iran. Yeah. Okay. So what's going on here? UAE under missile alert. So yeah, let's see. I wonder when this was. Yeah, then Trump posted this morning. There are no talks or conversations going on or scheduled for the Islamic Republic of Iran. The naval blockade remains full force in effect. The Hormuz Strait is open and operating. All water mines have been removed or detonated. Okay. Interestingly, like crude oil, like did fall this news, so it's not what I was expecting to see. And then yeah, Trump tweets, or on Truth Social, he says new U.S. territory, and he circles the Strait of Hormuz. So that's all these interesting things to hear from, or to read from Donald Trump. Okay, so that's probably why we're seeing such a move in the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. Yeah, guys, actually, comp is looking very bullish here. It's actually a good long setup on comp. We had a massive move yesterday of 16.53%. Now it's retesting the 55 EMA from below. So let's see what happens with this one. Actually, I'll put this. Well, sorry, guys. I forgot to share the right tab. So I'll put comp on my watch list. Now let's see. I'm trying to find some other setups here. Okay. And Tesla's retesting 29 EMA. Personally, I wouldn't be longing the U.S. stock market right now. Zcash looks interesting here. Now, if we get some more volume out of Zcash, it does look like it's consolidating here, and it is quite possibly attempting a breakout. But I need some more time. To really. This needs more time for this pattern to play out. Wow, guys, look what happened to Zcash. Remember when it was like hacked back on June 5th? But now, I guess all things are back to normal. I mean, it's recovered quite significantly. That's what I mean to say. Yeah, Palantir. It's okay. Actually, no. I mean, this is top information, so we're not gonna. Yeah, I wouldn't be trading Palantir. Amazon is having. Move to the downside here. See, Link is looking quite bullish, so we basically this one has been outperforming the market, so basically retested this level the other day, 9.278, and I think next level here. Yeah, I think this. Yeah, probably $10 psychological, then $10.7. Let's see ADA here. Yeah, ADA is moving down here quite slowly. I don't think there's enough momentum to for a short here, but let's give it some time. Yeah, for the most part, I'm not really seeing a classical short setups on either Litecoin. I mean, I'm not seeing any classic short setups on the alts here. Things are basically holding on to their support levels. Bitcoin dominance moving up here. Aave. She out of Aave. Yeah, I was short on Aave, but we are back at break even, so I would exit the Aave shorts. CTRX. Yeah, Tron had a nice pullback back down to the breakout zone. It was also kind of operating in a bullish pennant, and now it is actually having a nice reaction from this supply zone. I mean, demand zone. Morpho having a nice move up. I know it's a popular altcoin, so I'm holding here. Ordi, yeah, Ordi just continues to just chop around this range between $3.8 and $3.3. Really not doing much. Once this range breaks, I would expect a pretty big move here. I'm not sure which way it's going to break, to be honest. But based on, this was an interesting candle we had on 16th. This is a move of 150%. So, someone bought a lot of ordinals this price point. XTZ. Okay, XTZ looks like it's bottoming out here. So I would not be shorting this on Solana. Okay, Solana looks interesting here. Yeah, this could be, let's see. Not enough for, it's not enough momentum here for me to go long on Solana. We're already long on ETH, so I would not go long. Let's see. Wow, Cake is having a really nice move up 3.5% today. So this one is a standout. Theta having interesting move on Theta to the upside here. Let's see. if it does close like this, I would be inclined to actually take a long on Theta. So Theta was the other one that's outperforming. Solana's outperforming the market. TRX. But yeah, everything else is, as you can see from the crypto bubbles, not doing too well. Just let me switch to the bubbles again. Yeah, hash up 20%, maker up 4%, hex up 20%, but everything else is down. WLD is down 8%. So with that, guys, yeah, kind of like another slow day here in the markets. Yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. So I think key thing to watch is, of course, Bitcoin. If we can close above the 55 EMA here at 64,500, I do think there's a chance we'll see, move up here. And Ethereum is looking, looks ready to rip as well. It's just the geopolitical news are not good. But it looks like it at least Ethereum and Bitcoin and Solana are more or less ignoring this news. So yeah, basically just watch out for the liquidation levels I posted on Bitcoin and Ethereum. And as for other setups, stay tuned to the Telegram channels. I might post some more signals. Maybe long on comp. This one looks nice. It's like pulling back to 55 EMA and looking quite well. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna end this one here. Stay tuned to the next stream tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do it early, around maybe 9:30 a.m. Eastern or 10 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. So let's quickly look what happens in your close. So looks like we had some decent selling come in, but overall Bitcoin did close, marginally up on the day. So that is good to see considering the SPY and the QQQ did not perform as well. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here for now, guys. Let's just watch the Ethereum setup pretty closely, and then I'll keep you guys posted about everything else. All right, guys, trade safe.